1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Aisha Nayab. First, the headlines. Information Minister has stressed for a fully empowered local government system to address problems of the people at grassroots level. Pakistan has urged international regulatory framework to stop spread of disinformation and counter fake news. Pakistan's permanent representative to the United Nations says Pak-China relationship of friendship, cooperation and mutual respect is unique and exemplary. Foreign Minister at a meeting with British Foreign Secretary in London presented a dossier comprising concrete and irrefutable evidence of Indian forces' war crimes in illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, National Conference President says every political party in illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir is united for restoration of Article 370 and 35A. United States says it is ready to hold talks with North Korea without preconditions for denuclearization of Korean Peninsula. And now the news in detail. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad Hussain has stressed that a fully empowered local government system is imperative to address problems of the people at grassroots level. Addressing a national conference on future of local government in Islamabad today, he noted this is a futuristic system which is also a constitutional demand. The minister regretted that the local government systems established in Punjab and Sindh in the past were not fully empowered as the funds were not transferred to them. Fawad Chaudhry pointed out that under the 18th Amendment, powers were devolved to the provinces, but these were not further transferred to the local bodies. He said the local bodies are important to improve the governance systems. The minister said Prime Minister Imran Khan from the day first has been directing to strengthen the local government systems in the country. Pakistan has urged international regulatory framework to stop spread of disinformation and counter fake news. This was stated by Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad Hussain in his statement delivered by press counselor at Pakistani mission to United Nations at an event on the sidelines of ongoing 76th session of UN General Assembly in New York. The Minister for Information underscored the need for establishing a balance between freedom of expression and preventing disinformation. He said the proliferation of disinformation is exasperating social discord, discrimination, hate speech, stigmatization, racism, xenophobia, Islamophobia and related intolerances, as well as dissemination of fake cures and anti-vaccine conspiracies. Pakistan's ambassador at the United Nations, Munir Akram, has said that Pak-China relationship of friendship, cooperation and mutual respect is unique and exemplary. Speaking at a virtual event marking China's founding in 1949 and the 50th anniversary of the restoration of its lawful seat at the UN, the Pakistani envoy said that Chinese all-round progress is an inspirational example for the rest of the developing world. This year, he pointed out that Pakistan and China are also celebrating the 70th anniversary of their bilateral relations. Pakistan was a leading co-sponsor of a General Assembly resolution which restored China's lawful right to its UN seat, which until 1971 was occupied by Taiwan. He highlighted Prime Minister Imran Khan's remark that China's experience can be a source of guidance for all developing countries. He said that Pakistan fully supports China's path-breaking Belt and Road Initiative and is honored to be part of the flagship project, the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has presented his British counterpart Liz Truss a dossier comprising concrete and irrefutable evidence of over 3,000 war crimes against Indian forces in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. He handed over the document to the British Foreign Secretary at a meeting in London today. Shah Mahmood Qureshi apprised his British counterpart of the great human rights violations in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. He said, "We hope that the United Kingdom will play an effective role to get the innocent Kashmiris freed of the Indian oppression and provided with their dutiful right of self-determination. About the Afghan situation, the foreign minister said Pakistan's foremost priority in the given situation is to save Afghanistan from a human crisis. Shah Mahmood Qureshi called upon the international community not to isolate, abandon Afghanistan, learning from the past mistakes. He said the international community must ensure human and economic assistance to Afghanistan. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has once again urged the international community to stay engaged with Afghanistan to avert a humanitarian and economic collapse in the country. He was talking to the chairs of Foreign Affairs and Defence Committees of the House of Commons of the United Kingdom in London. The Foreign Minister also briefed them about the dire humanitarian and human rights situations in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Shah Mahmood Qureshi observed that Pakistan and the UK had a long-standing relationship. He underscored the need for effective utilization of the 1.6 million strong British Pakistani diaspora community to further strengthen linkages and deepen economic engagement between the two countries. This is Radio Pakistan. President Dr. Arif Alvi telephonically contacted families of the soldiers martyred in the terrorist attack in South Waziristan on 15th of this month. He telephoned the families of security personnel Muhammad Intizar, Salman, Sajid Hussain, Muhammad Shiraz, Ishtiyaq Hussain, Amir Shakil and Khurram Shehzad. The President paid tribute to the martyrs of their services and bravery. He prayed for the highest ranks in Jannah for the martyrs and patience for the bereaved families. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 4 more Kashmiri youth in Baramulla district. The youth were killed by the troops during a violent cordon search operation in Uri area of the district. Meanwhile, forceful anti-India protest demonstrations were held in Taral area of Pulwama against the perpetrations of heinous crimes by Indian troops during house raids in the area. People floating restrictions came out of their houses and raised "Go India, Go Back" slogans. They said that the troops barged into the houses, ruthlessly beat up inmates, including the family of the martyred man, assaulted his daughter and ransacked household goods. People's Democratic Party also held a protest in Srinagar against the harassment and the ongoing arrest spree in the country. In the territory, PDP workers led by the Ghulam Nabi Lone carrying placards reading "Stop Harassment" assembled outside party headquarters in Srinagar and conducted a march towards Lal Chowk. Meanwhile, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference spokesman in a statement in Srinagar expressed anguish over the plight of illegally detained Kashmiris and said that New Delhi is deliberately creating surrender or die conditions for the Kashmiri political prisoners languishing in jails of India and the territory. Moreover, the National Conference President Farooq Abdullah, talking to media persons in Srinagar today, said that every political party in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir is united for restoration of Articles 370 and 35A. North Korea has fired a short-range missile towards the sea off its east coast today. Japan's defense minister said it appeared to be a ballistic missile. Meanwhile, at his daily news briefing in Washington, the U.S. State Department spokesman Ned Price said the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula remains the goal of the U.S. and for that it is ready to hold talks with North Korea without preconditions. International Day for Universal Access to Information is being observed today with an aim to highlight the public's need for accurate and reliable information. This year's theme of the day is Right to Know, Building Back Better with Access to Information. And now the weather report. Mainly dry weather is likely to prevail in most upper and central parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, rain with wind and thunder shower is expected at isolated places in South Punjab, Sindh, South Balochistan, Kashmir and its adjoining areas. And this is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.